What a beautiful, so deep, so heartfelt, so heart-wrenching. This is not a new Shabad for me. I have been singing my whole life. But whenever I am doing it, I am just struggling that the tears don't come out. I am still struggling with that. I don't, in this Guru Purnima, I failed miserably. I failed miserably. And the stupidest thing is this, that I was listening to my own song. How crazy can I be? I'm listening to my own song, but written by another great Sufi master, Baba Hakim Ali. He's from Pakistan. He's alive very much. And I'm listening to the beautiful verse, the verse which actually broke me down big time was that after seeing your luscious face, I cannot leave you and I cannot show my back to you, and I am just still looking at you and I have to go, but I cannot go. After seeing the beauty of thy face, I don't want to face anything. It was so, I just went little softer on my mind, and this stupid mind took all the liberty. And then I said, what the heck, if the tears want to come, let it come. And now millions were watching that live telecast through that Facebook. And then I had hundreds and thousands of messages where people are saying, oh, why were you crying? And we are still crying. You cried in the morning, we are still crying. Why were you crying? And then I had to write down a couplet, poetry, and gave my answer in the Facebook itself. Now I will translate it later in English too, but let me first say in Hindi what I wrote. वो दिल के जाम को भरता ही गया, बार बार कहा बस भी कर, पर माना ही नहीं वो बेपरवाह, मेरे दिल के जाम को भरता ही गया, और फिर छलक गई ये आंखें, क्योंकि वो दिल का जाम भरता ही गया. When the Lord is filling the cup of my heart with so much of love, and I kept on pleading, stop, 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 but He wouldn't listen. And my heart got so filled up with love that through the opening of these eyes, it flew out. It started flowing. The love was flowing. See, normally people don't understand this. They think that you only cry when you are in pain. You only cry when you get divorced. You only cry when you fail in your exam. You only cry when you go bankrupt. You cry when your child or family member or mother or father dies. You cry when something really, really, really bad happens. But the truth is this, there are different types of tears too, and these tears of love. These tears of love. And then there are tears of ananda. And then there are tears of being in such an ecstasy that your heart wants to explode. And when this happens, then the implosion happens. And in this implosion, there is a possibility you might cry, you might sing, you might dance, or you might just sit still. And sometimes you might be doing the three things together, that is, you are dancing, you are singing, and you are crying. And then there is a possibility that you go into stoic silence. So when this love flows, it is a magic, it is euphoric. No amount of marijuana can match the intoxication which you get when you are tasting this divine love flowing in your heart. It's like an explosion, big time explosion. You can't do anything about it. And you know what? You cannot demand it, you cannot ask it, it just comes. And that is why it is called grace. It is a grace which happens. You now cannot write down questions to me. When will we experience this? No astrologer can tell you this. Nobody can tell you this, that when that will happen. I can say only one thing, that just be in the wait and keep longing for it and keep yearning for it more and more. So उसकी इंतजार करने की जरूरत होती है. अब ये इंतजार कैसे होती है? जितना आप ध्यान में बैठते रहेंगे, ध्यान में बैठना इंतजार, वो किसी दरवाजे से थोड़ी आएगा कि तुम दरवाजों में जाके खड़े हो जाओ. इंतजार मतलब कि तुम ध्यान में अधिक बैठते हो, तुम चुप अधिक देर बैठते हो, तुम अपने मन के शोर को चुप हो जाने देते हो और मन में एक खालीपन बना लेते हो, और फिर इस खालीपन को किसी दिन वो भर देगा. And that is what all sadhana is about, that you sit in silence, you be in that silence, you empty your mind of all memories and thoughts and disturbances and oscillation of the mind, and you bring that sacred quietude. And then one day, magically and mysteriously, that divine wine gets poured in your heart. That is the reason that I again and again insist, give time to yourself. Give time to yourself. Swami Ram Tirtha wrote this story that a woman loved her husband very much, and for business he went to foreign lands, and it had been years and he's not coming, and there was no way to even know about where he is or how he is. So the wife would just cry and was always sad, and she would write letters to her husband, and she then drew his photo. She drew a sketch of her husband and framed it and kept it by her bedside. So she's seeing the photo, she's writing those sad poems, missing her beloved so much. And then her friends came and they said, let's go, there is a fair close by. Let's have some, you'd never come out of your house, now come with us. It's just what, just 50 kilometers away. We'll be back in 3 days, let's go. So she went with her friends to enjoy, have an outing, have good food, have some entertainment. She left. But at the point when she left, within 5 minutes of that, her husband came back home. And then he found an empty house. And it is said a little wind blew, and all the letters which she had written, it didn't have a paperweight on it, and the wind blew, and the wind took away all the letters. And what husband finds is empty house, no wife, and he's very sad that I am coming after years, and here, where is she? So he asked his neighbor, where is my wife? And she laughingly said, oh, she has gone for great time. She's off with her friends. And poor woman went just this time only. And this time only, the husband is getting information that she has gone for great good time. Husband was so aghast and so angry He sat on his horse and went back again. And when this wife comes home after 3 days, the neighbor says, the story that your husband came, you were not home, he stayed here for 2 days, and this very early morning he has left. The Sufi story gives a message through this episode of this wife is never leave the house. Always be in waiting. Don't leave house of meditation. Because it might happen that the beloved comes and the doors are closed. So if your mind is busy in other stuff, right? And your mind is thinking and running and racing and doing all the things which mind usually does, then how would you enjoy the moment when the beloved dawns upon you? It said, never leave house of your meditation. Wait for the beloved to come. दरवाजे बंद मत करना अपने मन के, ध्यान होता रहना चाहिए, वक्त निकाल के बैठते रहना चाहिए, क्योंकि जितना हम अभ्यास में बैठते हैं हम अपने आप को प्रस्तुत कर रहे, हम अपने आप को अवेलेबल कर रहे हैं कि वो कुछ दिव्य घटना हमारे भीतर घट सके। कुछ घटित होने के लिए ये ज़रूरी है। अगर आप सारा समय या तो सो रहे हो, या तो भाग रहे हो, या तो लड़ रहे हो, या तो चीज़ों में और कामों में लगे हो, तुम अपने मन में वो खाली जगह ही नहीं बना रहे हो, तो क्या होगा? तो मुश्किल हो जाएगी। So it is very important that you do your sadhana consistently. Like you take shower every day. Nobody is telling you to do that, you do it. Nobody is telling you to eat, you eat. Nobody is telling you to sleep, but you sleep. Nobody is telling you to buy and do shoppings, you do. You're doing everything without anybody instructing you. Why do you need somebody to tell you to do meditation? Why do you need somebody to instruct you into meditation? Why do you need somebody to tell you to pray? It's very odd. So whatever you are doing by yourself means is more important, and then you choose to do that, and rest doesn't matter. Whosoever Guru Ma or Guruji and phala, they are speaking, do this, blah, blah, blah. And you said, we don't care because we are going to do what we want to do. And Kabir Sahib has said this very categorically, and he says, don't play flute in front of a buffalo. Don't play classical music to a buffalo. The buffalo won't understand. And I hope you are understanding what he is meaning to say that. Don't talk about these great things to those who don't want to listen, who have no importance for this, because for them these things have more importance. I am not saying that you shouldn't work. I am not saying you shouldn't go to school or office or this or that. I am not saying don't eat your lunches and dinner, but I am just saying one thing, that this should be your priority, that once a day, ideally in the morning, you give this 1 hour to yourself. Although people like those gurus who give a very small packet time, they said, do it this 20 minutes, you're done. Another guru came, he said, 20 minutes is too much, do it for 15 minutes. And then I know of another guru who said, no 15 minutes, just look at my picture and look in my eyes once, and I'm going to startle you and I'll just awaken your kundalini like that. And then just go and do your work. The work is more important. But every time you look in my eyes, even in your home, you have to send me $100. And there, this guy has many followers who pay him bank-to-bank transfer. I know of a Babaji who gives mantra and says, the mantra, when he gives mantra, he charges a lot of money and then he says, you have to recharge the mantra. So you have to come back again. You know, our great sages, yogis had no clue about this. They were very ignorant fellows. The modern gurus are making things very easy for people. And people, yes, love this. Because they have so much money, when they can give installment for their car and house, then let it be guru installment also. Just guru installment and your moksha is done, fixed. No work. This is stupidity. Because these masters have made things so clear that you are sick and in bondage because of your attachments, not knowing who you are, and your mind is wandering like a monkey. So these three things have to be done. That is one, we stop the wandering of the mind, we realize who I am, I have that first-hand encounter of the truth. And three, I see this world as an illusion. If you do these three things, done, voila, finish, finito. Nothing else is left to be done then. This is three things. Just three things. But when your mind is not ready, then you might have another 3 million lives and still you won't be able to do these three things.